Now, what I blame is the mainstream media. This timepiece by Mike Allen is grotesque. I mean, it is as if Karl Rove wrote it, handed it to Mike Allen, and Mike Allen turned it in and Time printed it, saying, "Oh, well, the Democrats are in a lot of trouble now. They said they were going to be energized, but it looks like this is going to hurt them a lot more than it's going to help them because they're going to look weak on national security." What are you talking about? Right now, 60% of the Americans believe the Iraq war was counterproductive, didn't help keep us safe, it hurt us, and it made us less safe. Now, are you saying that all of those Americans, 60% of Americans are, as Dick Cheney put it in that interview in the part that we didn't read you, are, blame America first crowd, as the Republicans are saying, that they're all defeatists and they all are weak on national security? This argument is getting more and more absurd. And that leads to point number 2. I put aside the Republicans' desperate spin on this and the fact that some in the mainstream media, and not all, some in the mainstream media have bought into it. The reality of the matter is, as I see this, I don't see this thing sticking at all. I mean, the only place it's sticking is, ironically, the media, to some degree, okay? But when you tell a regular person these days, oh, no, these Democrats are so weak, they didn't even want to go into Iraq, they think, well, thank God they didn't want to go into Iraq. Maybe we should listen to those guys.
No, I don't think it's phrased like that. I think you dismiss it. Look, I hope you're right, and you might be right. I don't know. There's no prediction here. I think you dismiss the entrenched beliefs that people now have for 30 years after Vietnam, that the Democrats are weak on national security, that just got re-emphasized. Will it stick? Are there enough of those people? Does that argument reach anybody who was not already so solidly anti-democratic that it doesn't make any difference? That to me is the best argument against it. That those people have got the frickin' message, and they're never going to vote for Democrats because we're all pansies. But there are enough people who aren't going to believe that. So I don't know. But here's why it might be good news for Democrats, because of this very article. Why the Republicans are loving the Lieberman loss is the headline of Mike Allen's piece in Time magazine. And what it means is the Republicans are going to do what they had always planned to do. And that's all this says. We want to talk about national security and how the Democrats are weak. That's always our plan. Scared, be fear. Democrats can't protect you. As I said in 2004, if you vote for Democrats, your children will die. That is the very subtle message that they're sending in. Everybody is dead. Your neighbors will die. Your dog is dead if you vote for a Democrat. Since we both feel like, as the polls show, 46-38 now believe that the Democrats are better on national security, right? That's exactly what the question was. So, and I don't believe that to be a permanent change because it's been too longly entrenched, but with an incompetent administration and failures in Iraq, that poll is encouraging and it's about frickin' time, but it doesn't mean that it's there permanently. However, the fear would have been Republicans, to me, making this point and actually doing something. Actually running on some other idea, actually trying to ride immigration home, actually trying to get something significant accomplished, because they have a chance on immigration to really strike a chord with many Americans who believe that to be a very, very, very serious issue. They're not going to now. They're not going to do anything except go to their old standby that is this Lieberman-Lamont race totally clinched. In November of 2006, you'll hear nothing from Republicans, but Democrats are weak on national security and can't protect you.
And you know what? Thank God. Finally, the one thing they were good at was politics, and I think they've lost it because they're in a hole and they're digging in deeper. And they're going to take this Lamont victory, and make it twice as bad for themselves, precisely because of what Ben said. And now they're going to run on Iraq and how the Democrats are weak because they didn't want to invade Iraq? Come on, man. How easy are they going to make it? Democrats, just go all across the country and just say this. If you think Iraq worked and it made America safer, vote for Republicans.